Howdy, gang, and welcome once again to the Duct Tape Studios. I'm Jeff McAleer, your host here at the Gaming Gang channel. Thanks for joining me once again. Old School October continues, as today I am going to share my review of Pirate Borg Buried in the Bahamas from Limithron. This is written and illustrated by Luke Stratton, who is Limithron. And this 24-page zine with PDF is available now. You can grab it over at Exalted Funeral for $16. Or if you want to just grab the PDF alone, you can do so over at DriveThruRPG for $7.99. All that said, let's swing on over to the other camera because here I've got Buried in the Bahamas. A few things to mention before I get stuck in. First of all, Limithron was kind enough to provide me with this review copy, but neither I nor anyone else affiliated with the Gaming Gang has received any other sort of compensation for me to share this review with you. These days, it's important you know that. We're also not going to look at each and every page of the zine, but I do want to give you a very good feel for what you're going to find inside. And then lastly, this is an adventure for Pirate Borg. It's an introductory adventure. So if you're a player and your game master has purchased this, or maybe they're talking about purchasing this, by all means, I recommend tune out now. There are going to be some spoilers simply as I'm flipping through some of the pages in here. You're going to see things that'll spoil some of the surprises of this adventure. But of course, I should also mention, if your game master is thinking of getting this, let them know about the review. That way they can approach Buried in the Bahamas and make a far more informed buying decision. All right, so first off, take a look at the credit page, which essentially is Luke Stratton. There you go, there's the credits. So as I mentioned, this is an introductory adventure for Pirate Borg. If you're not overly familiar with Pirate Borg, it is an old school flavored role-playing game. Takes place in the dark Caribbean, which is kind of a mashup of our own history of the golden age of pirates, as well as some dark fantasy and some horror elements. We've got Lovecraftian elements as well. I tell people all the time, Pirate Borg is my absolute favorite of the Borg series of role-playing games. And of course, I have reviewed it. If you are curious, by all means, check that review out. So this is an introductory adventure, and it starts off with the player characters as crew members of the Tarantula, a pirate ship, which comes under attack. And then the players find that they no longer have a captain, they no longer have a ship, and they are stranded, and they must find a way off of a small, relatively deserted island. But they also have a treasure map, which they got from the captain before the tarantula went down. So they're also in search of a secret cove, which is going to be locale of a secret cave, a cavern system that there is a treasure located. So kind of cool. So this is starting off pretty railroady. But then right after that first island, then this pretty much becomes a sandbox. The player characters can go about their adventuring however they would like. Now, this is designed as a one-shot, but the reality is there are enough story threads dangling from this that you could just simply make this the introduction to a new Pirate Borg campaign. Now, as with the core rulebook, definitely like the presentation here. Everything is very concise, very to the point. I'm not going to say that you can run this just by cracking this open and starting to read it as you play, because I always talk about you need some prep for your role-playing games. But I will say that you don't have to involve yourself with too much prep with Buried in the Bahamas. In fact, I would think just a simple read through would prepare most game masters to be able to run this and run this pretty effectively also. We've got quite a few different options here. So one of the selling points of Pirate Borg are the various different optional tables, things like that. We've got a few of those here. I do like the random generator for your pirate crew, which is on the back cover. I'll show you that in just a sec. But this is kind of our finale. This is where that secret treasure is contained. I also like the fact that even though this happens to be a relatively lethal role playing game, because it's old school, there is a good amount of treasure here. Even if you're losing pirate characters kind of left and right, there are a lot of goodies to help salve those wounds, so to speak. And then, of course, this is our recruit tour, which is a really nice way to randomly generate NPCs or even give you a few more options as far as flavor for player pirates also. So that is a peek inside a Pirate Borg buried in the Bahamas from Limithron. Swing on over to the other camera. I'm going to share some final thoughts and give this a review score. I like Pirate Borg a ton. I think it is excellent. And I must say, this little introductory adventure zine is right up my alley also. I think this captures the essence of Pirate Borg exceptionally well. I would think it would. It is from the same creator. And I really think that there is tons of goodness packed within its 24 pages. So yes, $16 for a 24-page zine feels like it might be a little overpriced, but the reality is there's a lot jam-packed in here, and you are probably going to get at least 2, maybe even 3 sessions of play out of this if you utilize this as the beginning of a campaign as opposed to, say, a one-shot or like a tournament event. So there is that. All in all, I really do like Buried in the Bahamas quite a bit for Pirate Borg. So on a scale of 0 to 10, I give this zine an 8 out of 10. Certainly can't recommend it. And if you're a fan of Pirate Borg, you will not be disappointed. All right, that is it for this time out. If you like this video, by all means, please give it a quick thumbs up. Subscribe to the Gaming Gang channel if you haven't already. And if you do subscribe, don't forget, ring that bell, because it'll not only let you know when I share videos such as this review, it'll also inform you when my live stream, the Gaming Gang Dispatch, airs Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday evenings right here on YouTube at 7 p.m. Central. Of course, when you're not watching videos on the Gaming Gang channel, be sure to visit thegaminggang.com for all latest in tabletop gaming news, reviews, a whole lot more you will not find on YouTube. You know the drill. Get your geek on at thegaminggang.com. Old school October will rock on. Once again, I'm Jeff McAleer. Thank you very much for watching. And until I see you next time, I certainly hope all of you get to enjoy plenty of great gaming with your gang.